Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting a sketchbook spread in this sketchbook, which is an art creation sketchbook. I'm using the Winsor Newton Cotman Watercolors, and I just pre-sketched a sketch in my sketchbook. I'll be using this Cotman watercolor brush and then this Betty Hayways watercolor brush. I actually think I only used the Betty Hayways for the entire thing. This is probably my favorite watercolor brush. I use it all the time. I use it so much so that the ferrule actually came off in this painting session, which actually took me quite a few days to do, and I had to glue it back on, which worked great. So the goal with this sketchbook spread was just to play around with the watercolors and kind of just get my thoughts on them. I think they're fine, they're great, especially for a student series. I feel like they're really vibrant. I did use quite a bit of the paint though. I didn't necessarily use a lot of water, which kind of helped this time around. I overall genuinely think these are a good affordable watercolor for what they are. The whole set cost me like $35. I think my issue mostly was with this paper. This paper is not really meant for watercolors. It's definitely not thick. The pages warp really easily, and so that was my main struggle the whole time, because as soon as you put the watercolor down on the page, it just instantly warps, and it doesn't warp in a nice way. It becomes all crinkly. I don't know, honestly. The paper from the Lectrum or the Moleskine sketchbooks that are just for sketching, I actually prefer that paper over this paper, which is odd because that paper is even thinner, but it doesn't have the same warping situation. It just with the other paper, it just kind of all warps together, which makes it a bit easier to work with. I don't know. I didn't really have a fun time doing this, but at the same time I did kind of have a fun time doing it because I'm just playing around and messing around in my sketchbook. So in this spread, I wanted to paint a few different things. So started off with the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes, and I wanted to do all the colors of the cherry tomatoes. And then I did a dog, specifically a dalmatian, which I've never actually painted a dalmatian before, so that was entertaining and fun. I think it went okay. And then I did some dandelions, which I generally don't paint dandelions, but I kind of want to paint more of them. I also do want to start painting more dogs. But yeah, I was kind of just trying to use as many colors as possible. And I did like this part where you could layer over the watercolors pretty well as long as you're using a darker color. That worked really well. And I'm using pretty thick paint at this point, meaning not a lot of water being added and straight out of the pan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say. I don't love how the overall layout turned out, but it was fun to do. And then I think it really got brought together when I did this ink outline. I just kind of decided to do that as a way to like unify everything and kind of give it the same sort of look and feel. And I love this pen. This pen is a, what is it called? A Tombow Fudenosuke. What is that? Fudenosuke brush pen. Fudenosuke brush pen. It's the hard tipped one. I really do like the hard tipped one over the soft tipped one. And then I ended up painting a landscape on the right side just to fill in the space and add a little bit something more. I didn't go in too detailed with this. By this point, I was actually kind of over the spread and over the paper. I just wanted to be done with this and move on to something else. So like, I don't know, I hit this point where I'm like having fun and then I'm just not anymore. And this is like where I'm not having fun anymore and it's a different day. This spread just went on way too long. It took me like the entire week because I did each thing on a different day. And then this is the part where I just decided to try to use even more colors and bring the spread in a little bit more together, like kind of make it all work together. So I added this like rainbow type blendy background. I don't know what else to call it, but I don't know, this might have ruined it, but it also kind of forced me to add some more colors and do something else. But I am excited to try to see what I can do next. Yeah, that's about all that I have for this. So I do like these watercolors, not so much with this paper. Maybe I should try it, these watercolors in a different sketchbook with different paper. I might have a better time. Yeah, so those are my overall thoughts. I love this brush, and I used it the entire time. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Bye.